I want to talk through what is content reflection to help you be more successful. So my goal here is always success. So it's an assignment that really is asking you to take a step back from your writing and look at across all of these different writing assignments that you've worked on in all of your different classes. So in your major, in your general educations, in your minor courses, in any internships you've had, if you're a member of a club or an organization, or you have a job, whether it's part-time or full-time, any combination of all of these things, what writing are you doing? And you're gonna think about that so that you can write down, what is your writing process? What are the steps that you engage? How do you get into it? And I don't want it to be, please do not regurgitate the high school one where you brainstorm, organize, draft, revise, edit, publish, done. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And then it's clearly, for the next step, going to be so much more difficult for you to bring in the concepts from the web writing rhetorical situation to make that any kind of a useful conversation. What is your real process? What does it actually look like? So I will say with me, yes, I brainstorm and I organize, but then I go to the rhetorical situation and I think about, okay, what is the publication I'm aiming for? Who is their readership? What is the language? What citations do they need? And then that's going to influence my brainstorm list. And then I'll start like flushing out ideas. And then I stop and I go and talk to someone. So I will present at conferences on those ideas to get feedback on them. I will make meetings with colleagues from around campus to be like, hey, I just want to talk something through with you. Let's share and do the same thing. And they'll do the same thing with their ideas. So then I'm bouncing ideas off of people to come back to the fleshed out ideas. And those fleshed out ideas are somewhere in between brainstorming, organizing, and drafting, because it looks more drafty than a brainstorm list, and it looks more organized than a brainstorm list, but it's not a draft. It's like a drafty draft, right? But then I will start drafting, and I have a child, and I've had a child since I was writing my dissertation, so I've gotten really good personally. I don't expect everybody to be able to do this, but if I set aside 2 hours of writing time on certain days, I can get into it like that, because that was the only way with a newborn that I was going to get my dissertation written. And so I've gotten really good at this, because now that he's 12, like, the writing life has not slowed down. I've had to keep doing that. So then I can bring in some of those and be like, okay, if I do X, Y, Z, I can get into the mindset. If I put on a certain album, I can get into the writing mindset very quickly, and I know it. If I have a cup of coffee and a glass of water and I'm like, okay, right until both of those are gone, I can get into the mindset really quickly. Like, I have little ways of tricking myself into, I need to get writing done, let's do this. And so then in my brainstorm list about my writing process, that comes in there too. When do I research and when do I read, and what do I do with the reading? Post-it notes. Big surprise there. I love colorful post-it notes, but I use them in specific ways so that when I get back to my writing process, or when I integrate that into my writing process, I know where to pick up the ideas and I know how to use them, because I'm somewhere between brainstorm and drafty draft. So when you're working through your writing process, what we should take away from this is that my writing process is a hot mess, but it works. Yours all probably are too, and that's exactly where you're supposed to be. But if you name it and you know it, you can get to the point like me where you're like, I have 2 hours, I need to sit down and do this. I have 30 minutes, I need to sit down and do this. I have 30 minutes, what can I get done with reading? And how can I use tools that I like to interact with, so that I'm getting writing done even though all I'm doing is reading? What does that look like in your writing process? Because you're already doing a lot of this. You've got deadlines all over the place, so you're already doing this. So be real with your writing process. Don't just regurgitate what you think I want to hear. That is not going to work. But, and that's the fun part of this assignment, okay, right? So you're going to do your brainstorm list, be real. And then you're going to start to talk through, you're going to add on the language from the web writing rhetorical situation. That's going to come up for the rest of the semester, so just get used to it. Then you're going to ask AI, and I can almost 100% guarantee, one, because I've run this in AI, and two, because bad data into AI means bad data out in AI, it's going to give you a real crap writing process where it's literally going to say brainstorm, organize, draft, edit, revise. Then you can really say, like, why? Why does mine look like this Did you all play Wii? Do you remember the grumpy clouds above your head when you lost? So if my writing process is the grumpy cloud from the Wii, and AI thinks it should be this perfect linear process that is absolutely never going to work with the human brain ever, what's going on in that situation? There's so much that's going to stand out to you individually that you can then analyze so that you can then complete out the rest of this project with your analysis. So, couple notes. AI is going to give you bad stuff because that's what AI does, and that's part of why we're engaging it. It is helpful to add to brainstorm lists. The more questions you ask it, the more you're going to get better and closer information to what you can use. We're starting analysis now, and we're going to use it for the whole rest of the semester. So, welcome to web writing. Use analysis. And there's no right answer for this analysis. I am not looking for everyone to notice one thing. I'm hoping everyone notices something different that will be meaningful to them to help you improve your writing process through this class. So this should be very individual while also being an academic analysis. If you have questions about that, reach out to me and we'll talk it through. If you want to run an early draft by me, reach out to me and we'll talk it through. If you have any questions, you can send me a note on Tumblr, you can send me an email, or you can stop by office hours. I'll see you online.